Muy buenas a todos, ¿qué tal están? Bienvenidos a mi canal, soy Coyote Anónimo y estamos de vuelta con GreedFall. Tenemos que hacer la prueba del agua, informar constante, lista, ponte con Glenda, jefe del consejo. Bien. Eso sería ellos más de viaje. Y hemos llegado al... ¿Cómo se llama? Hemos llegado a Dorja Genedo. Al que nos dice el jefe.
Do it!
Hello, my name is Desardet. I am the legate of the merchant congregation. May I enter?
Good day, Legate de Sarde. No. This building is closed to Renaigse.
I am Siora, daughter of Bladnid, daughter of Meb. My mother, the Mal of the Red Spears, was a member of the council.
All here remember. And the Wurst Tierse. She was a courageous Mal. But you are not yet Mal in her stead. And you do not carry her seal. I am sorry, Siora. I cannot allow you to enter.
I beg your pardon. I did not know.
Pedir un encuentro con el consejo.
If I cannot enter, perhaps you could tell the elder of the council that I request an audience.
Glendon cannot speak with you, Legate. Times are difficult, and his time is precious. He only accepts to meet the members of the council or their representatives.
How can I prove that I am the representative of one of them?
If you are a trusted friend of a council member, he will give you his seal, and we would know it. I will then be glad to allow you to enter. You would be the first Renaigse to obtain such an honor.
I will return later.
If you have a seal, you will be welcome. If not, you are wasting your time and mine.
Prácticamente no se puede usar nada. Hay que pedir ayuda a Katasak. Ella se encuentra acá cerca.
You have returned.
I will return later.
If you have a seal, you will...
Frente con Glen. Ah, va. Ahora sí. Y tenemos que irnos de viaje de nuevo. Hay una roca de viaje por acá. Nos estaremos viendo con... ¿Cómo se llama? Con Katasha. De vuelta en el palacio y a ver si nos permiten, vamos.
Greetings, Katasak.
Bertirtumat, what can I do for you?
Pedir ayuda para reunirte con...
I'm looking to meet Enon Milfrictiman. I went all the way to the village council.
But they did not let you speak to Glendan the Elder.
Precisely. They said that only the friends of a member of the council might enter.
And my word was not enough. It seems that I must be a Mal to be heard.
Do not be sad, daughter of Bladnid. One day you will be as great a chief as your mother. and you too will have a seal. This seal will allow you to give voice to the friends of your clan, those who may speak in your name. Here, friend of Wenxavier, take my seal and go and meet Glendan. But you must convince him and no doubt pass many trials. Many monsters and traps are hidden on the path you seek to follow.
Thank you, Katasak. Why are you helping me?
I do not wish to lose the one who placed his life in my hands. And you have already shown me your friendship.
I hope that Glendan will allow you to meet this god, cousin. Leave as soon as you can. Godspeed.
Have no fear. I'll do whatever it takes. I must go.
Bien, ya tenemos el sello y de nuevo hay que irnos de viaje. Bien. Nos estaremos viendo con Glenda. Bien, ya estamos en el juego de Glenda. A ver si nos permite entrar.
You have returned. The rule is still the same, you know.
Mostrar el sello de Katasak.
Here is the seal of Donegad Katasak, of the village of Wenxavier.
And so you are a trusted friend of the great healer. He must see your true face and find it worthy. Enter. You are welcome.
Por fin.
I give you warm greetings, Glendan. I am Desardet, legate of the Congregation of Merchants.
Your merchant congregation sways me very slightly from my path. But you are a current of Katasak. His trust in you makes me stop and look at you. What brings you here?
I seek a remedy. My cousin and many other people on our island suffer from a terrible sickness. We think that Enon Milfrictiman can help us find a cure.
Really? And Katasak sent you to see me?
He told me that the only way to meet with your god was to come and see you. You would judge our worthiness.
Judge your intentions? Yes, that I can do. But even if I should do this, you would have many trials to pass. For the path you seek to follow has only been tread but a very few times, and you are the first Renaigse to set foot upon it. We must begin where everything begins. There is a trial. The trial of water. It will show us the reflection of your soul.
What must I do?
You must go to a cavern and tell me what you see on the seal you will find deep in its center.
And I suppose this cavern is guarded?
That is true. But the simplest solution is not always the best. It is a path with many forks. I hope you will prove that you understand the spirit of our people and our island. Go now. Show us your true face, and return purified by the waters of the cavern.
What can you tell me about your god?
That the word God is too small to hold him. He is Tir Fradi in all and everything. The wisdom of his people, the gentleness of his rivers, the strength of his volcano. You are looking for wisdom to heal the Renaigse, but you still see it with the eyes of a sort of Donegat. He is much more than that. He is the essence of all life, of all magic, the spring.
I must leave. Goodbye.
Qua awelam seg.
Bien, ahora tenemos que hacer una prueba.
You have spoken to Glendan as you wanted. What more can I do for you?
I was asked to pass the trial of water. What do you know about it?
I have never passed it. Only those who must reveal their soul walk this path. The High Kings and Queens. It is a tremendous honor given to you, Renaigse.
Do you have any advice to give me?
I only know that the trial can be passed in many ways, and your choice will reveal the makings of your soul. One way is through strength, the other by ruse and heart. But I know no more than this. The trials are kept secret. Anything else?
Nothing else, thank you. I need to leave.
Good luck. And do not lose yourself in your own reflection.
Ok, hay que hacer la prueba y eso está acá. Como dijo que hay diferentes caminos, vamos a intentar hacerlo sin eliminar a alguna bestia. A ver, he intentado, porque este juego no está hecho para hacerlo en sigilo. Es que siempre te van a detectar sí o sí. La única forma es encontrar algún pasaje que te dé licor, otro tipo de habilidad.
Siora, do you know anything about the trial that awaits us inside?
My mother passed it during the last election, but it was Vinbar that was elected in the end.
Did she tell you about it?
A little, but it is a secret trial. It is important that you give your whole heart to it. I know that you must choose your path in your way. Combat is not necessarily the best response, even if it allows you to get to where you are going. If you are confronted with animals, remind yourself that they must feed, and there are ways of altering food to make those who eat it fall into a deep and peaceful sleep.
Is that an idea that your mother used? It's clever. Thank you.
Ok, vamos. Está pendiente porque siempre hay murciélagos o bestias así escondidas.
Look, they're eating the old carcass. If you poured some sleeping potion on it, they'd fall asleep.
Claro, acá dice si consiguen verter. Ok. Por acá porque si no me detecta. Déjame ver si tengo opciones soníferas. Potencia, maná, salud. No, no tengo. Esta poción de sueño. Pero necesito. Déjame ver si puedo, si me permiten salir. Ya, déjame hacer unas cuantas pociones de sueño y venimos de nuevo. Ya realicé 10 pociones, vamos a ver si puedo hacer sin tener
Look,
que eliminarlos.
they're eating the old carcass.
Tengo que
If you
bajarme
poured some sleeping
exactamente
potion on it, they'd fall asleep.
acá, acá, para que se den la vuelta. Que no me va a dejar.
You did it. They're sleeping. We should be able to pass without a fight.
Bien. Pienso durmiendo y estarán sanos. Entrar en la cueva, ¿sí? En los murciélagos. Ahora tenemos dos posibles caminos. Uno donde están los murciélagos y este a ver este. Necesito
I
dos de
need a bit
vigor.
of practice.
Perfecto. Lastimosamente si se despiertan va a tener que combatir. Lentamente, en silencio. Bien, ha funcionado. Ha funcionado correctamente. Vamos. Ahora aquí, ¿qué será? Hay camino, pero no hay bestias.
May the enlightened help us.
You were freezing and you had this empty stare. The water in the basin spoke to you, no?
Yes. Exactly like the lightning-struck tree. I was something else for a brief moment.
Tell us. Visions like this are guides, keys for the sacred rituals.
I was in the sky. I was floating, carried by the wind. And it was a cold feeling. I was high up and it was getting colder and colder. I felt my blood freezing in my veins. I fell to the ground and spun slowly. And then the sun warmed me, and suddenly I bounced on the ground, and I was taken by the bubbling current of this creek. Then, just like before, the vision dissipated, and I was suddenly with you again.
¿Qué será? Oh, y mira eso. Imagino que tiene que seguir el mismo orden que en los antiguos pilares, pero no me acuerdo. Bueno, déjame guardar. Porque por acá se necesita vigor 3. No quiero pelear con el jefe que está ahí. Ver cómo era. Primero era...
This stone is adorned with the etching of a drop of water.
Era agua. Era agua. De acuerdo.
Once again, these visions open gates. Try to remember them.
I was in the sky. I was floating, carried by the wind. And it was a cold feeling. I was high up and it was getting colder and colder. I felt my blood freezing in my veins. I fell to the ground and spun slowly. And then the sun warmed me, and suddenly I bounced on the ground, and I was taken by the bubbling current of this creek. Then, just like before, the vision dissipated, and I was suddenly with you again.
Ok, estaba en lo alto. Tiene que ser este.
This stone bears the image of a storm, or perhaps the wind.
Del viento, sí. Sol, fuego, vida, frío.
Here, this looks like a snowflake. Snow or maybe ice. This stone is blackened, eaten away. I think it is supposed to evoke death.
Once again, these visions open gates. Try to remember them.
I was in the sky. I was floating, carried by the wind.
Es viento.
And it was a cold feeling. I was high up and it was getting colder
Frío.
and colder. I felt my blood freezing in my veins. I fell to the ground and spun slowly. And then the sun warmed me. And suddenly I bounced on the ground, and I was taken by the bubbling current of this creek. On this stone, the sun is visible.
Sol. Déjame verlas todas porque son.
The drawing on this stone makes me think of fire. I'm certain. This drawing looks like an infant. Could it represent life?
Once again, these visions open gates. Try to remember them.
I was in the sky.
Okay, aire.
I was floating, carried by the wind. And it was a cold feeling. I was
Frío.
high up and it was getting colder and colder. I felt my blood freezing in my veins. I fell to the ground and spun slowly. And then
Sol.
the sun warmed me. And suddenly I bounced on the ground. And I was taken by the bubbling current of this creek. Then,
Agua.
just like before, the vision dissipated. And I was suddenly with you again.
Ya, resolví hacer el puzzle, pero ¿qué hizo? Tengo que pasar por ahí y está la bestia.
I need a bit of practice.
Ni nada. Ahí, porque como cerró la boca, ojalá que no pida pelea. Ah, domar ahora. Bien. Ni una animación, nada. Nada escondido por ahí.
This must be the seal that Glendan spoke about. It looks like the silhouette of the mountain of Tir Fredi, and a face is drawn within it.
The spirit of the volcano. One of the faces of Enon Frichtemann.
Bien, prueba finalizada sin ser hostil. Que vamos a hablar y a ver qué opina. A ver, ojalá que sea bueno.
Bertir to mad on Olmanawi. I congratulate you for passing the trial. Enter.
Gracias. Venga.
And so you have returned. Can you tell me what the seal deep within the cavern brings into your mind?
A face in the mountain of Tir Fredi.
Then you have seen the true face of the island when looking into her waters. And the island has seen inside you. You sent the beasts into a deep sleep. That was very clever. Another before you did the same. In choosing the path of silence, you avoided confronting the Dosantats. Finally, you have completed the ritual, and in so doing the Guardian recognized you as a wise man. You choose to trust the way of rules and wisdom. It is a difficult path, but it carries generous fruits. The island has seen your intelligence and also your compassion. The friendship of Katasach towards you no longer surprises me.
Am I authorized to encounter Enon Frichtemann now? To present him with my request?
If the High King agrees, yes. We shall not oppose that decision. Only a High King or High Queen is allowed to open the sanctuary. I warned you. Your voyage is far from over.
I suppose that I'm going to need to convince him as well. Where can I find him?
I do not know. And I believe that it may be another trial on your path to find the one you seek.
Is he hiding? Has he been captured?
He disappeared several months ago. Since then we have not heard from him. He was worried about the Renaigse. The last people to have seen him, I'm told, were the most important chiefs of the clans here at the council. There was Deirdre, Blatnid, Ulan, and Dunkas.
My mother, alas, can tell us nothing more.
Yes, I heard about your loss, Siora. And divorced Tirce. Mourning is a difficult time to pass.
And divorced Tirce. Thank you, Glyndon.
Deirdre is the Mal of the clan of the Storm Warriors. You will find her in the village of Vedlug.
I have already met her. She sent me to confront a guardian.
That sounds like her. Ulan is the Mal of the village of Vignamri, near the coast. It is said that he welcomes the Renaigse. As for Dunkas, he leads the Vigigidor. He is the chief of the Earth Healers. His village is not very far from the Didekid and Nadages.
Very well. I will go and see them. Try to find this High King. Thank you, Glendan.
Kwa'awalamsek. I hope that you will find him.
Ha pasado la prueba de Glenda. Ahora tenemos que ir de viaje e ir haciendo... No me muestra más nada. Ah, ok, hay que comentar la constante. Bien. Pensé que me iba a mandar de una a hacer las pruebas con otras personas. Nos estaremos viendo con Constatine en cómo llegue. Estamos de vuelta en el palacio. Vamos a ver dónde dice Constante. ¿Qué pasó?
Lieutenant, I demand an explanation. Tell us what is going on. We haven't heard anything about Lord Dorsey's condition in spite of our inquiries. We are extremely worried. And then all of a sudden one of his guards appears, shaken and on his own, though he is part of his retinue.
Please, allow me the chance to shed some light, my lady.
Your soldier is nothing more than a coward for abandoning his highness.
Tell me, what is going on?
This soldier has just reported in. He is asking for reinforcements. He believes that Lord Dorsey has been attacked.
He believes? He ran here without full knowledge of what happened firsthand.
I was sent on patrol far from the camp, but I heard screams, from men and from beasts. I wanted to return to camp, but then I heard a deafening sound, grinding, like a landslide. I thought then it would be best just to go and get help.
Thank you, Lieutenant. You are dismissed. I would like to have a discussion with this man alone.
Yes?
My lady, could you lead these fine people into the hallway if you would be so kind?
Certainly. I deplore this embarrassing turn of events. But know that you have my full support in all circumstances.
In the interest of avoiding a general panic, tell me precisely what happened back there.
Your cousin ordered us to escort him beyond the town limits. The islander convinced him to go on some journey.
By islander, do you mean the Donegad that came to treat his affliction?
Yes, a strange bird. Missing more than one feather, you ask me, milady. I was ordered to set up patrol along a small path, rather far from the rest of the company. I was told to protect our perimeter from anyone wandering along. According to the islander, it was the only access to their planned destination. I did my rounds for quite some time. Not a soul came along. But then I heard cries a ways off, and I went running to help. I heard an enormous crashing sound like an avalanche of rocks. So then I turned right back around.
And you ran all the way here?
¿Dónde se produjo el ataque?
Do you know precisely where the company was when you heard these sounds?
No, not precisely. I hadn't gone there. But I could show you where I was posted. The islander said they were following the path, but he was quite a ways ahead when I lost sight of them.
¿Por qué no investigó?
Why didn't you go and look for yourself? To see if they had been buried by a rock slide?
What? Alone? What could I have done? It seemed of greater urgency to go and get help.
I'm still having trouble deciding if cowardice or intelligence got the best of you. But that's a question for your superiors.
El propósito de la expedición.
My cousin was quite weak. Do you know why he decided to follow the Donegad?
His Highness was feeling much better. The potions that he was drinking must have been potent. I mean to show no disrespect to His Highness, but that islander had the high ground in the War of Wits. I wasn't privy to their counsel. I haven't the beginning of an explanation for the expedition, but your cousin was all full of enthusiasm and ordered that we set out as quick as we could make ready.
That sounds like him. What sort of mess has he gotten himself into again?
I am sorry, milady, but I don't know anything else I could tell you.
Dismissed, soldier. Looks like I'm going on an expedition.
Thank you, milady.
Bueno, hay que buscar al rey. A ver dónde se habrá metido. Se encuentra el campamento de Constatine. A ver qué está pasando. Que Constatine. Esta
This is the
expedición.
camp that Constantine's escort must have established.
It looks more like a battlefield. I hope the Donegad and your cousin survived the fight.
Search the area. Let's see if we can find any clues as to what happened here. The tents are lacerated by what looks like claws. And there are traces of blood everywhere. Some of these men must have been attacked in their sleep. By beasts? Most of the weapons are missing. Our soldiers wouldn't have taken a rest without defenses. Our soldiers were attacked by surprise, and animals were amongst the assailants. However, our men reacted properly. They were armed and they fled as best they could. There are no bodies, and no sign of the presence of Constantine or Catasac. Perhaps they were in another place, and the soldiers wanted to join them. We need to follow the tracks.
Ok, vamos a ver. Sigue para abajo.
This area has been trampled. An entire stampede passed by here. Our soldiers must have fled the area and taken this path followed by their assailants.
Always. Prueba del saber.
This is a sacred place of a native cult. No doubt this is where Catasac and Constantine were going.
It isn't really a place of a cult, but rather a place of anchoring. A place where Donegada perform a ritual to become Sinol Menawi. These places are charged with great energy. Perhaps Katasak wanted to use it to bring relief to your cousin.
Perhaps. But there are bodies, and without a doubt there was fighting here. Search the place. Let's see what we are able to find.
Hay muchas dudas.
A crater. Without a doubt caused by an explosive potion. The soldiers might have been carrying them. They must have been desperate to have taken such drastic measures. The corpses of both men and beasts. These soldiers fought dearly to the end. Neither Constantine nor Katasak are amongst them. This blade is a native ritual knife, and this bowl contained a potion. Someone wanted to perform a ritual here. Could Katasak have found a better means to alleviate Constantine's symptoms? Constantine and Katasak must have been visiting this place, perhaps performing some sort of healing ritual. When the attack took place, the soldiers intervened and many fell during the fight, but a group escaped down this path. We need to continue following their tracks.
Ok, ya hay muchas incógnitas, porque es posible hubo un atascador para que no conseguir la mejora de Constantine. Es muy
More tracks. Footprints. The ones who got away fled this way.
mucha casualidad. Ellos salieron y los atacaron.
Strange. These trees look half calcinated, as if they were exposed to immense heat. These weapons are in terrible condition. Whatever did these men come up against?
Mucha casualidad.
Another burnt tree. This path seems to have been scorched in flames.
May the Enlightened protect me in this battle! Your magic is running out. Take a potion.
More signs of an explosion. Can't believe that our soldiers could be carrying so many explosive potions. These poor soldiers were torn to pieces. Animals again? Or something else?
Pues es magia. Porque incendiando.
New footprints. It looks as if a group met up with them and took this path. There was more fighting over here. There are not only corpses of our own men. Where could these other soldiers have come from?
Viste. Era conveniente.
More signs of explosions. But what were they doing with all these explosives on them?
¿Algo más que se me está pasando por ahí? Por aquí. Nada.
There are footprints. Only a handful made it up here.
Nota de trabajo del profesor Espero. Los insulares nos hablaron sobre una criatura gigante que reinaba en los cielos. La estatua que hemos encontrado podría ser su representación. Es una gran bestia alada, parece ágil y capaz de volar, pero su cuerpo parece frágil y flote. Por supuesto, solo es una representación, así que pero tenemos que ver una nosotros mismos para comprobar que estas observaciones son ciertas.
The path stops on this overhang, and despite signs of a skirmish, I can't see any sign of Constantine or Katazak.
May the enlightened protect me in this battle. May the shadow engulf our enemies.
Oh.
Your magic is running out. Take a potion.
A ver qué será.
These rocks were broken, as if they had taken cannon fire. But what could have happened here? I don't recognize these men. Still more unknown soldiers. Could they have been responsible for the attack? This one is carrying a letter. Let's see. According to this note, these men come from a nearby camp. An old outpost of the Alliance taken over by the Coin Guard. They could well have decided to finish what they had planned in New Serene.
Qué conveniente.
These vials look familiar. Katazak used the very same to stock his potions. He came all the way here. I'm going to pick them up. I recognize this sack. It's my cousin's. Oh, Constantine. What have you gotten yourself into again? Very well. Let's sum things up. Constantine and Katazak definitely came through here to perform some sort of ritual. But they were attacked. An attack obviously involving wild animals. And then there are these traces of inexplicable flames. Could it be magic?
You cannot suspect my people are behind this attack. You have strayed far from the path. No one would have attacked Katazak.
Unless he himself was behind it. He's a powerful Donegad. The beasts obey him.
How could you even think something like that? He is a healer. He brought comfort to your cousin.
Perhaps he only did it to gain our trust. With Constantine captive, he can now apply leverage to the colonists and force them to accept his conditions. But in all truth, I have no idea what to think. Regardless of who is guilty, I must find my cousin. Perhaps we could return to Wenxavier in order to learn more. Katazak may have returned there. His Voglandaig might be able to tell us where to find him. We are also going to have to visit the outpost. Their soldiers participated in the combat. Or at least the end of it. They must have some stories to tell us.
That trail seems a better one to follow. Katazak is a good man. But the soldiers and the lions have already betrayed you.
That is true. But I do not see how they could have made these animals obey them. However, one way or another, Constantine is in danger. Let us be on our way without further delay.
Interrogar a Aida. Pues, Invade. Interrogar a Aida e investigar el puesto avanzado. Vamos a hacer el destino de Constantine. A ver si lo encontramos vivo. O no.
May the enlightened protect you in this battle. May the shadow engulf our enemies. Your magic is running out. Take a potion.
Ok, ya estamos acá. Vamos a ver qué nos dice. ¿Cómo era que se llamaba? Aidan.
I've heard stories of your exploits. Thank you for all you've done. It's unusual for us to be offered aid by a Renaigse. It seems my Tiern was right. You are on Olmenawi. How can I help?
Hablar de la desaparición de Constatine.
Catazak has disappeared. Would you have an idea as to where he went?
What? But my Tiern followed you to help you. How would I know where to find him?
I don't know exactly what happened, but he took my cousin to a particular place. A place to perform a ritual. Their escort was attacked. Decimated by beasts and by magic. And my cousin and Catazak have disappeared.
And you believe that the Tiern has taken your cousin and killed his soldiers? Your heart must beat in shadow to believe that the man who offered you his hand only did so in order to better betray you.
Wait. This is not what my friend wanted you to hear. Perhaps they were wounded. And your master wanted to take Constatine to a safe haven to heal him. We must find them at all costs. Wherever they are, they most certainly need help.
Forgive me, Doneged. Your words are true. I spoke without thinking. But I do not know how I can help you.
There may be a way. I found these vials of potion on the battlefield. Do they belong to your master?
They could very well, but let me see them closely. No, they are not his. This potion does not seem like any of those my master prepares. I do not know this smell. The plants used to make it do not come from here. Another Doneged must be implicated, but none that I know would attack Catazak. May the trees protect us. Who would attack the water that heals? The earth that feels? They must be in grave danger.
Yes. I sincerely hope that we will find them. That they are alive and well. I must go. I need to continue my investigations.
When you have discovered anything, let me know.
I have to go.
Así que hay otro bodyguard. Ahora necesitamos investigar puesto avanzado. Ok, hemos encontrado el puesto. Vamos a ver qué nos dirán esta gente.
Colonials? You must have gotten lost to have come this far from nowhere. To whom do I owe the honor?
Desardet. I am legate of the Congregation of Merchants on this island.
A legate? Here? Pardon my dismay, but we don't get many official sorts around here. I am Captain Idris, of the Coin Guard. I am the ranking officer in charge of this outpost. What can I do for you, milady?
Preguntar sobre la desaparición de Constantine.
I am looking for Constatine d'Orsay, the island governor of the Congregation of Merchants.
A governor? Here? Whatever would he be doing in this rattle?
My cousin was part of an expedition in this region. His men and his camp were attacked. They nearly all died. But we found no trace of his body, which has us hoping that he may still be alive, wounded and holding up somewhere, or even captured.
Have you cast your suspicions in our direction? I hope this is a joke. We've had neither reinforcements nor supplies for weeks. In my book, we've been totally forgotten. I wouldn't risk the few lives remaining to attack a governor's camp. I'm not crazy. I'm truly sorry for your cousin, Excellency, but we haven't seen him. And we definitely haven't kidnapped him. The region is dangerous. The natives are heartless. You should be looking in their direction.
You do know that we found the bodies of several men from the garrison up there, don't you?
How could you be sure?
One of them was carrying a note, signed by your hand.
And they are dead. I had hoped they'd have survived and would eventually return.
Explain yourself, Captain. What were your men doing on the cliff top?
They were monitoring the zone. They were to warn us of any troop movements. We have lost too many men to surprise attacks. We decided to take initiative and be ready. Yesterday, we heard screams and saw some strange lights up there. But I was hoping...
And you didn't go and see for yourself? You hear screams, certainly those of your own men, and you don't do anything.
So the last of my men give up their lives for nothing as well? You can think of me as a coward if you like. But me, I'm taking no more unnecessary risks.
Why do I have the feeling that you're holding something back from me?
Ofrecer oro o insistir.
I understand what you're feeling. The pain of seeing your men fall one after the other. The feeling of being abandoned by your leaders. The anger. But if you know anything, speak. My cousin is not one of them.
I don't know what to tell you, Excellency. I haven't stepped a foot outside camp.
I can see how difficult your present situation has become. I'm certain you haven't been paid either for quite some time. I cannot solve all of your problems. But what would you say if I took care of that one at least?
A little gold would certainly improve the morale of my men. One of the men I'd posted there returned during the night.
A survivor? Excellent. Did he tell you what happened?
He wasn't able to say a word. He collapsed unconscious 2 steps past the doorway. Our nurse sits with him, but... there is little hope that he will come back to himself. His wounds are extremely serious. He's just refusing to die.
I am sorry to hear that, Captain. Perhaps we could do something for him.
Go and see the nurse. Perhaps you can do something to help the poor boy. I can't take it anymore. To lose another man. Anything else?
No, nada más.
I need to be going.
I would very much like to do the same. Safe journey, Your Excellency.
Así que ellos estaban ahí por mera coincidencia. Pero ahora el ataque se efectuó en contra o de una alianza. Oh, mira, los hombres de Constatine.
What are you doing there? This is an infirmary!
I know. I've come to see the wounded soldier. The captain told me you might need my help.
That is very kind of him. But alas, it's a little late.
What are you saying? Is the soldier...
No, he still lives. But I've been asking the captain for weeks to escort me on a mission to replenish my stocks. I no longer have a single remedy. And now that we have a wounded patient, I can only wipe water on his brow and hope.
Do you know what type of remedy would allow him to survive?
Yes, at least I think so. It's a known potion that heals burns.
I see. Give me the recipe. We'll go and see that it's prepared for you.
Thank you. Because of you, this poor boy might be able to survive his wounds.
Okay. No, pero necesito primero la poción. Para... Habrá aquí para crear... Ah, mira. Sí. ¿Dónde está? Necesito antídoto. Este virtual que se usa para la fiebre. Ok. Ah, pero ya la tengo, el antídoto. No. Con el sueño, taco, positivo, con graje. Esta es. Como vi.
Were you able to concoct the potion against burns?
Yes, I was. Might we administer it?
Give it to me. I'll take care of this. We must wait and be patient now.
Will he make it?
I hope so. We'll know soon enough. This potion is extremely potent.
And if he survives, when could we speak to him?
Come back tomorrow at the same time. We'll know more then.
Very well. I'll come back tomorrow.
See you soon. And thank you again for your help.
Hay que esperar ahora 23 horas. Pero necesito una chimenea, una fogata. Acá tengo un campamento. Abajo. Es todo un rollo de las misiones de este juego. Como no tiene la opción de esperar, tiene que ir a un campamento. Y si no hay, tiene que ir de viaje. Necesito dormir hasta 21 horas. De 1 hora, 5 horas para el amanecer. Sí, de aquí a allá se cumple la hora. Muy rápido. ¿Lo rescataremos vivo o será un mutante? Mire. Ah, todavía no ha pasado la hora. Bueno, aquí realizaré un corto hasta que se cumpla la hora. O déjame que haya acá. Llega el capitán. La situación aquí se está volviendo cada vez precaria. El pequeño grupo que envía a vigilar a las aventuras, solo un soldado ha regresado y está en un estado que, por desgracia, no nos da mucha esperanza. No sé exactamente qué pasó ahí, pero creo que haríamos bien en no meternos. Ya tenemos suficientes problemas, me pregunto si vamos a sobrevivir a esto. No nos está llegando esfuerzo ni recursos, no nos paga desde hace mucho. Bueno, estos fueron olvidados, pero tampoco han buscado la forma de marcharse. Se quedaron ahí y se quedan. $40 y nada. No hay más nada. A ver, cada vez si utilizo esto, no avanza el tiempo. Ahí no hay un botón. Esta. Ahora. Esta armadura me la voy a quitar. Mía. La mía es... ¿Qué es esta? ¿Esta? No. Esta armadura es de Atreus. 24, 96. Armaduras de Petreus. ¿Dónde está? Esta armadura 78. Armadura. ¿Te pasó el tiempo? No sé.
Hello, soldier. How are you doing?
Better. A lot better. Are you the one who saved me? The nurse told me.
I simply prepared the potion that she told me how to make. Nothing more. Could you tell me what happened during the attack?
I will try. They're not really memories I'm fond to bring back. A lot of my friends died up there. We were posted up on the peak to follow rebel movement. It had been a couple of days when we heard sounds of fighting not far from our position. Men were screaming in our own language. So we went to see what was happening. Soldiers of the Coin Guard and an islander were trying to protect a young man. He seemed dire ill.
Constantine Katasak and his escort. Who were they fighting against?
Dozens of wild animals. They seemed completely enraged and intent on devouring them. And there were flames.
Flames? Where were they coming from?
I don't know. My friends and other soldiers fell one after the other. I didn't see everything. All was blood and confusion with beasts and fire. But I thought I saw another islander. Big. He's the one who took the sickened man. There was practically no one left on the battlefield. I was wounded and I passed out. I came to when I heard voices of islanders approaching. Rebels. I thought to myself, they're coming to finish off the wounded. I got up with difficulty and fled. I dragged myself here. And you know the rest.
I'm going to have to go and find these rebels.
You shouldn't do that. They killed all of my friends. You take a great risk.
That's enough. Rest now. You're still far from having recovered.
Yes. It's best I leave you now. I've learned enough. I'll have a word with your captain. Goodbye.
Así que el Doneiga todo ese desastre.
Excellency, I was told that you saved my soldier. Thank you. You can't imagine what this means to us.
Please. I did nothing more than follow the instructions your nurse gave me.
Did you learn what you needed to learn?
Yes. I was able to question your man, and he told me what he saw. He and his company heard sounds of the attack, and they went to investigate. My cousin's escort were nearly annihilated by animals that jumped out from all sides. A strange sorcerer controlled them. It was he that took my cousin.
One of those rebel savages, no doubt. I knew that they'd be behind all of this. They must have learned that an important man was in the region and thought he would make the perfect hostage. I'm sorry. I would give you some men, but...
Don't apologize. I know where the camp can be found, and if my cousin is there, I will free him.
Like you freed the scholars. You're a good woman, Excellency. Thank you again for saving my soldier.
I need to be going.
I would very much like to do the same. Safe journey, Your Excellency.
La voz del muerto. Se roga a Derry. Y eso está... diable. Ya, y aquí hemos llegado a la aldea. Ahora vamos a ver qué nos cuentan acá. Porque tanto misterio.
Hello. Renaigse, there you are again. What do you want?
Preguntar por el ataque de Constatine.
To speak to you about my cousin's capture and the massacre of his escort. A soldier from the nearby outpost survived and told us that you were present on the battlefield.
You dare come here and accuse us of taking him? Let me throw him out this Renaigse and his Ilkdaren. May they receive this punishment for their arrogance.
Converselo de que hablen.
I know that you see us as your enemies, but we are not here to harm you. I only seek to find the man I consider to be my brother, as well as the man who was protecting him. Katasak, one of your greatest Donegad.
No Donea Exregal would attack Katasak.
If you didn't attack him, you must know what happened to them. I was told that an islander took my cousin away. Perhaps your men were there to aid them.
We do not have your cousin, and we do not know what happened to him. As for Katasak, and the worst, Tire, he died from his wounds. That night, we heard the sounds of a terrible combat. The ground shook all the way to our homes. We went to see, but we arrived too late. The last breath of Katasak had returned to the wind when we arrived there, and many of the Renaigse were dead. We could do no more. We carried the body of the Donegad and brought it here.
He gave his life to protect Constatine. May he rest in peace. This request might surprise you, but we would like to see him.
Why? What do you want to do with him, Renaigse?
Examine him, to understand what killed him. We were told that an island native was there, and that he likely led the attack.
No Donea Exregal would attack Katasak. You have been lied to, or they were mistaken.
That is the very reason I need to see his body. To understand.
You may see him. But if you desecrate his body, you will pay for this offense with your life.
Como se ofenden mucho. el cuerpo dejaron.
Katazak. Seeing the state of his body, I hate myself for having suspected him. Forgive me, Donegad, to have doubted your loyalty. And even more for what we are about to do. Now then. Let's see what story this corpse has to tell.
Intuición 2. Tengo intuición 2, ¿no? Ese. Eso lo veía acá en sí. No se puede aumentar en intuición. Todos juntos.
The corpse retains the marks of a bludgeoning. There are large bruises all over it. I can see no wounds that could be attributed to a blade or musket shot. The main wound is found on the chest, which was crushed by something tremendous, to the extent that the skin has been torn, and the ribs are in pieces and the organs punctured. The edges of the wound are singed and smell of burnt flesh. There is a powdery spot on this wound, as if from ash or dusty gravel. Katazak bore the brunt of this attack of incredible force. I would venture to say it was inhuman. I can only imagine one thing that would have inflicted such a wound. It's as if an enormous burning stone hit him right in the center of the chest. And seeing as how the bodies of the soldiers we found were sporting wounds of a similar nature, we can deduce that we are tracking a man or a creature capable of using molten rock as a weapon.
I can't imagine an Adaig behaving like this. It is not their way. That they might attack careless hunters or warriors, true, but to attack Katazak, the power to call volcano fires, could only be that of a guardian. No simple man wields mountain fire.
We still don't really know who is actually behind this attack, nor what they want. Judging by the severity of these wounds, I fear the worst for Constatine.
All your experiments. You've learned so little. You've learned to fear. Your instincts should have been enough.
We had to at least try. Are you not even concerned? Or angered by what happened to Katazak?
We've grown accustomed to the loss of lives, your relentless attacks and incessant treacheries. All the same, there is truth in your words. This attack is out of place. Guardian and Donegad would never attack one another. There is a ritual that might help us. Anatalas Fair.
The Anatalas Fair? What is it? Tell me more.
It is a magical rite that only a person with a powerful bond to both spirits and nature can perform. It allows the Donegad who chants it to relive the last moments of an Onol Manawi.
That would allow us to at least see the face of his assassin.
If what I have heard is true, yes. To my knowledge, only one Donegad still living knows the ritual.
Let's ask her for her help then. She might be able to tell us what has become of Constatine.
You are quick to ask another to put her mind in danger for your own concerns. Imagine the pain of the wounds of another, shaking your body as the cold of death crushes your beating heart. This is what you must ask of the Tiernahach. It is the price she must pay for performing the ritual. When her companion was lost in battle, fighting against your own, she wanted to live that death beside her. Since that day, our Tiernahach Kadachtas has never breathed air with the same breath.
That would explain her distrust of the colonials.
You must make her see your purpose. It may be the only way you are going to learn the fate of your cousin.
Y de vuelta para atrás. Así son las misiones de este juego. Bueno, acá estaría dejándolo. Gracias por ver el video, espero que les haya gustado. También me gustaría que se pasaran por mi canal de Twitch. Ahí estoy streameando Fortnite y pronto traeré otro juego. Y eso sería todo. Gracias y hasta la próxima.